Derek so much taller than I am, the only way I can compete with my own son is to get up on a damn chair. First of all, before anything else, I'd like you all to meet my wife, Jerry. She was, as I think I've mentioned to everybody, was not able to join us the last couple of days because one of our grandsons was graduating from high school today in Georgia. So she wanted to stay there and show the grandparents' flag today for that. Got into town tonight to see the debate. She has not given me her critique yet. I'm sure she will later on this evening. But she's delighted to be here. I'm delighted to have her here. And you all met our son Derek the other night. Wanted to, again, thank you all very much for being there. I tell you, I was very impressed with the debate tonight. I think the level of professionalism that our candidates exhibited, the way it was run, was really a tremendous tribute to the party. I think it's the best one that I have ever seen the party put on, and I think it really sets the benchmark that will lead to a greater and greater level of debate and participation and victories in the years ahead. And I intend and hope to be a part of that. We have a lot of work left to us, of course, tomorrow. What we have to do is we have to engage in the time-honored, very scientific practice of twisting arms. We need to make sure that all of those folks that were there tonight that come up to you or to me and thank me, and for you thanking me for participating and for what we stand for, what we said and so forth, translates into votes. Talk is cheap. Votes is what counts in this business, and we need to make absolutely certain. Where's Russ? Russ Burney, he's out there twisting arms already. Russ, please do everything you can to make sure that we take the tremendous momentum that has been built up during the last couple of weeks since we announced this effort, and particularly here these last couple of days and this evening at the Libertarian Party National Convention in Denver, to make sure that we take this to the next level, the essential level, to do what we all want to do, what we heard and saw in there this evening, and that is to win the election. We will not have an opportunity to win the election unless we first secure, as I'm sure we will, the nomination tomorrow. Rob, maybe you could say a few words. Rob Campia, who's here with us this evening. You've been through these things before. Tell us what we need to do tomorrow.
Do I have to stand on the chair?
Yeah, I have to. You do. I'll represent you if it falls.
Well,
I represent you.
Thank you, Counselor. I was actually impressed with the debate also. I thought that all 7 candidates did a fine job representing their views, and I think that people watching on C-SPAN certainly got a favorable impression from Libertarian candidates. I think that what I was most pleased about in terms of Congressman Barr's performance is that he addressed head-on 2 of the issues that were raised most often by delegates asking me why I'm supporting Congressman Barr and whether they should too. The one issue, of course, is the war on drugs. I thought that Congressman Barr did a fine job calling for an end to the war on drugs and not skirting that issue. And then secondly, talking about the Defense of Marriage Act and gay rights. I thought it was good to see that there was an opportunity to address both of those. I think that if people were listening, any concerns that they had about those 2 issues are now no longer concerns. I know that's what I've been told already since the debate, and that's basically it then, because if you actually have 7 candidates who agree on almost all the issues, then how do you choose which candidate should be the nominee? Well, in my mind, the way to choose then is to choose the one who's going to be able to raise the most money, get the most media interviews and representing our issue in the news, already polling at 8% last I heard, polling at 8%, 10% or more could get into the debates with the 2 major parties. I hope that if everyone's satisfied on the issues, that then those concerns then raise to the top, and that Congressman Barr will get the nomination from Libertarians who want to see the party taken to the next level in this election season. So.
Thank you, Rob. We also just concluded downstairs, and I apologize for being a little bit late because we had a press availability, a news conference with myself and the other candidates to answer some of the questions that the members of the media corps here did not have a chance to hear addressed specifically during the debate itself. So it's important to recognize that the media here is here for one of the very same purposes that brings us here, and that is to make sure that the American people understand what we are doing to help get the message of the mainstream message of libertarianism to the American public. So please take the opportunity with our colleagues from the media that are here, including Robert Stacey McCain here and his colleagues, and answer their questions if they have any. Let them know what's going on and what your view is. I know many of our delegates from Georgia have already had an opportunity to talk with our colleague from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution that's here. So please do not be bashful about talking with the media and using them to do what they and we have a joint interest in doing, and that is educating the American public. Garrett.
Bob, with your kind permission, since this is the first time we've had a chance to talk to her, I'd like to ask your lovely wife a question about that.
I'm not going to make her get up on the chair.
Has Bob warned you adequately that when he wins in November, you will have to move to a house in a rough neighborhood?
He has mentioned that on occasion.
Okay, as long as you're warned, you know what's in.
But you get to redecorate.
That's true.
Thank you, Garrett. Again, I hope you all have a wonderful time this evening because we have a lot of. What time do we start tomorrow, Martine? I think it's first thing right off the bat. So have a good time here this evening, but get some rest. Be ready to hit the deck running tomorrow. If Rob Campia can get up early enough to be there tomorrow, then there's no excuse for anybody. Thank you all very much.